Good everyone, you are welcome to today's edition of Retirement Matters. We are very grateful to God for giving us the opportunity to come your way today. We appreciate God for giving us the privilege to be numbered among the living as we count down to Christmas and New Year celebrations. I remain your host on this program, Mr. Chus Udo Okonta, the Managing Director, Eastpen Online, and publisher of Eastpen Online. Thank you for giving us your attention. We appreciate those that have subscribed and those that have been following us since we started this program. Today we have come again with another important topic that we want to discuss, and we know that at the end of today's program we would have learned one or two things, from what we are going to discuss. Today we are going to look at a topic that says how to grow robust retirement fund through the pension setup. How to grow robust retirement funds through the pension setup. There are many things that you need to do in order for you to grow a robust fund so that at the time of retirement you have something huge to depend on. But before we go into that topic, let's bring to you the news updates that we have. The first news update that we have has to do with the transfer window, which is known as RSA transfer system. According to available information, we've been told that 38,518 RSA holders have so far transferred 148.1 billion naira since the transfer system opened. Aggrieved RSA holders, people that are not satisfied with the services that maybe their pension fund administrator has been providing, they have to move their fund. Then the second news item that we have has to do with the interest that the pension fund operators generated over the year, that is last year. We are meant to know that they generated around 773.70 billion. That was the interest that they generated from their various investments, and this is a very good one. And the last information, the last news item that we have for you has to do with the accrual right paid by the government since the inception of the contributory pension scheme. According to information we gathered, we learned that the government has paid around 884.64 billion as accrual right to 190.58 thousand retirees. These retirees have so far benefited this accrual right. And like yesterday, we highlighted what accrual right is. And accrual right has to do with the money that workers have worked before the commencement of the contributory pension scheme. These are just the news item we'll have for you today. Let's go into today's topic. As we said, we are looking at how to grow robust retirement funds through the pension sector. The retirement matter is not just focused on pension. We still have to look at opportunities that you can exploit to plan your retirement through insurance. We are still open to opportunities that are within the real estate and everything that you can do to make sure that at the time that you retire, you have something robust to follow. Like so today, we are looking at how you can actually exploit the opportunities within the pension sector to grow a robust fund that you can fall back on during the retirement. One of those means that you have to employ in order for you to have a sizable fund as at the time of retirement is that you must embrace the contributory pension scheme for those that are in the formal sector and for those that are in the informal sector. You must embrace the micro pension plan as early as possible. Immediately you start working, make sure you start contributing, because at least if you start, maybe you gain employment at the age of 23, 24, as at the time that you would have gone to, if Christ tarries, at the time you get to retirement, you say you would have been able to pull enough fund that will help you live a better lifestyle during retirement. It is very key that we embrace this system or the plan, which is for the pension. Embrace it as early as possible. That means if you are working, if you gain employment in an organization, make sure that your employer starts contributing and remitting for you immediately. Don't just waste time, because if you work in an organization that they fail to register you for the contributory pension scheme, all those years that you work there, you will not have anything to fall back on, as your retirement fund. That is why it is necessary, once you get a job, make sure that you are registered. That is just the first step if you want to have a sizable, robust retirement fund at the point where you retire. It's very key that you embrace the system as early as possible. Another thing that we have to say is that what the pension fund provides, the contributory rate that the pension fund provides is just the minimum, which is 10% from the employer and 8% from the employee. On your own, you can negotiate with your employer to do more than the stipulated minimum. Is still a very good way to raise more fund. If your organization can do 20% for you, there are some organizations that are doing that. They will just on their own do the 20%, for their employee. Then the employee can do his own or her own 8%. That is making it like 28%. You now see that you have more funds. Somebody that is remitting 28% will not have the same amount in his or her RSA with somebody that is just remitting 18%. Is that you can negotiate with your employer to do more than the stipulated 18%. Is another good way that you can grow your fund. Another step that you can still take to grow your fund, according to which the law provides, is what is known as voluntary pension contribution. This one, you have to do it on your own. You have to take the decision, save for the raining day. Out of what you take in, you can just discuss with your PFA and let your management know that at least, apart from the money that is being contributed, I want to be adding something to what is being contributed and remitted for me, and it will really help you in order for you to raise enough funds towards your retirement. Voluntary pension contribution is another step that you can take to boost your fund. Another thing that we can still do has to do with getting involved, getting involved in the management of your fund, or the money that that you are contributing. The regulator, which is the National Pension Commission, has actually opened up the space for contributors to get involved through the form system that they evolve. That there are some funds that you can engage in, and those funds, though they carry high risk, but the risk, if the risk turns out to be good, you have higher return than somebody that decide that I want to say I don't want to take any risk. But generally in life is just about risk. we are surrendered by risk. But if you want to, build huge fund, you must get involved. Look at those funds, those investment opportunities that will yield better returns, and you work with your pension fund administrator to put your fund, your contributions in those funds, which have the potentials to yield higher returns. When your fund or your contribution is yielding higher returns, it will really boost what you have. As while we are giving the news, we talked about the interest that the operators over 700 million, that they 700 billion, sorry, that they generated as interest. All this interest came from investment, and you too can participate in how your contribution is being invested. And when you do this, you see that your fund, will grow higher than those people that feel that they don't want to take any risk. This is another good step that you can take in order for you to grow huge retirement fund that you can, fall back on when you are no longer working. Then the last one that we want to bring to you has to do with is a very good decision that most people do take. But some people will always say, maybe if I don't have much money, I will not be able to take this decision. But it's really good, that at the time that you retire, instead of you to collect your lump sum, you can decide to let go that lump sum and tell them to factor that lump sum into your monthly retirement benefit. Some people take that decision, because the lump sum that you take, you just go and spend it on some certain things. But if you allow everything that you have in your retirement savings account to be used, to procure either annuity or a program withdrawal for you, what you receive the time of your retirement, what you'll be earning monthly, will be robust. It will be almost at par with what you are earning and while you are working. That is another good decision that one can take if you want to have, live a better lifestyle during retirement. You can decide to let go this lump sum, or even draw a little from what you have and factor others, towards your monthly retirement benefit. These are the few things that we are highlighting today on how you can grow robust retirement fund, that will help you while you are in the time of retirement, that time that you have retired, so that you will have something to keep your life going. Because why at that time salary may not be coming as it's coming now, though by then most people would have, say, okay, I've invested in houses. But if you have stubborn tenants that are not ready to pay, it becomes an issue. And that is why, you just have to make sure that at least this one that is in the hand of experts, there's nothing like at the middle of the month, you just receive a lot. This one you don't need to pursue anybody like those that are pursuing their tenant to pay their rent. The tenant will just come, and you can always use it to do good things that you want to do. We are very glad to come your way again today. And just as we said, if you have issues, with your PFA or your organizations that you want us to highlight through this program, feel free to reach us through our email, which is ispenonline@gmail.com. Then our numbers are 08054269557. Then our second number is 07033253527. You can as well use these numbers to reach us via WhatsApp. I want to say thank you for giving us attention today. Thank you for reaching out to, for subscribing, for following us. And with the help of God, we'll continue to serve you with available information that will help us to prepare for a better retirement. Thank you once more for giving us your time. Remain blessed.